And welcome everybody to Let's Make an IEP. Our first contestant from Jacksonville, Florida, Clowny the Sheep. Our second contestant from New Haven, Connecticut, Squirrely the Squirrel. And our final contestant from Olympia, Washington, Sleepy the Sheep. The rules of the game are simple. Contestants will be given questions that relate to IDEA, accommodations, modifications, differentiations, 504, and IEP plans, and much more. Contestants will buzz in, and if they get the correct answer, they will get a point. Most points win. So our first question of the night, what does IEP stand for?
I know this one. IEP stands for Individualized Education Plan.
That is correct. For our second question, what is an IEP?
Oh, I'll take that one. Now, the last contestant got the last answer wrong. Sometimes a kid needs punishment. Because it can be a thin line to walk, we come together as a community and develop the internationally expectable punishment that allows the best way to make sure these kids are learning the best way they can, given certain guardrails, of course.
I think you got a little off track there, contestant, but I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
I can answer this one. Actually, it is a legal document that should be developed within 30 days of initial eligibility. After the plan goes into effect, students will receive special education services and accommodations and/or modifications, which will help students be academically successful.
That is correct. For our third question, what is an accommodation, and will you give an example?
Okay, now this one I know for sure. Kids need to accommodate different teaching styles. These days, students are constantly getting more needy, bossy, holier than thou-y. I need to learn because of this reason. I need access to this or that. I can't see the board. In my day, we were really good at accommodating each of our teachers. They rarely had to heed us.
I'm sorry, Clowny. That is not the answer we are looking for.
I think I could answer this one. Accommodations do not alter or lower the learning standard or expectations. Accommodations do not change the content, and there might be an extended time given or allowing students to type instead of write if they have an injured arm, etc.
That is correct. For our fourth question, how is a modification different from an accommodation?
Yes. Modifications are practices and procedures that can change or adjust content. That is, the learning objectives may be changed. For example, a teacher can modify the amount of material a student might have to complete. Instead of 10 math problems, they may only be assigned 5.
Way to go, contestant. That is correct. On to our fifth question. What is the normalization principle?
Okay, now this is my specialty. When I was a young clown in school, some kids wanted to go out with their faces not painted. This was not normal. Luckily, we had a normalization principle, and they were always on top of us, really the best people. They were in charge of making sure that we all went out in full get-up. The normalization principle always loved me. I never stepped out of line. You might say I was the most normal clown in class.
That's incorrect.
I don't know about this show.
Oh, Connie, you're so funny. So it actually means that anyone with a disability has the right to have a normal age-appropriate life.
And that's the answer we were looking for. On to question 6. How does dignity of risk apply to people with disabilities?
Yes, I can answer this one. People with disabilities are often not allowed to take risks because someone else assumes they know what is best for this person. Just like those without disabilities, they should have the right to take risks.
That is correct. For question 7, what are 3 modes of differentiation?
I'll take this one. Easy. Content, recess, and conduct. These were always drilled into us. The 3 sacred truths. School should be about competition, kid against kid, clown against clown. How else are we going to get ready for this clown-eat-clown world? Second, know that recess is coming. We had to look forward to something, or else we could have gone mad. Mad, I tell you. Last was conduct. Above all, they had to mold us into model clowns, ready to enter this mad circus and succeed. Imagine if we had to choose what we wanted to come out of here working. Thankfully, our principal always made us clown around all day long, or I might have ended up a teacher. I really loved learning math. Can you imagine me teaching math? Would have made it for a real laugh.
Well, that went on a bit of a tangent, but I'm sorry to say that is not correct.
I think I could answer this one. I think the three modes of differentiation are content, process, and product.
That was real close.
That's more along the lines of what we were looking for. On to our next question. Give an example of differentiation.
Oh, I could answer this one too. In my class, we differentiate based on readiness, meaning we are placed in groups for intervention based on our iReady reading and math scores.
That's a great example, contestant. And for our final question, should students with disabilities be immediately placed in special ed classrooms?
Now, I'm not too sure about special ed classrooms, whatever that means. But as a proud member of Clowning League on World and National Youth, Clowny for short, I always advocate for anybody to have full access to the public. Only then can we reach our true clowning potential. If we can't communicate to the public and participate openly with our peers, how can we bring more joy into this world? Bring smiles to their faces, or practice the craft and become our very best selves.
Anybody else?
Actually, let me take this one. Students with disabilities should be placed in general education classrooms as much as possible and should only be removed when support and services from general ed are not successful.
That is correct, which brings our final total to 0 for Clowny, 4 for Squirrely, and 5 for Sleepy, which makes Sleepy our winner.
Woohoo! Oh, yeah!
I want to thank everyone for coming out, and I hope I'll see you next time on Let's Make an IEP!
I feel uncomfortable about the results.